is one of the really easiest recipes that I have, and it just takes, you know, something that will take you about 5-10 minutes to actually fix.
So we got little grits going, huh?
Yes, right now. We're going to start with the grits. So for the key to the grits, a lot of people ask me why I don't want my grits lumpy. And the biggest thing is make sure your water's boiling, and actually this is a chicken broth to give it a little bit of flavor.
I like that.
And then I went ahead and put your grits. I'm using instant, but the key to this is to make sure you're stirring it so it's not lumpy.
Okay, so you got to keep on stirring.
You got to keep on stirring it for about a minute.
I like that you use the chicken broth
until
because, you know,
it gives it a little bit of body, flavor, and, you know, instead of the plain flavor that's going on.
And anytime you bring a big iron skillet, I just know it's going to be good.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. This is my favorite to-go skillet.
Yeah.
Right here, now that it's starting to boil, we're going to turn it down. I'm using instant. Now, if you're using the other reason why you want to turn it down is a lot of people say, well, mine is gritty, and that's because you're trying to cook it too fast.
Okay,
so when you turn it down and you let the boiling do the work,
let all those juices soak in.
And it will start soaking it, and we'll continuously just stir it every once in a while, again, to keep it from getting lumpy. While we're doing that, we've got the butter in the skillet, and the skillet's really hot.
That sounds like a song, butter in the skillet.
Butter in the skillet, a little bit of ambulance as a background.
Ambulance is always good, a dash of ambulance.
Yeah, a dash of ambulance.
So you've got some peppers, you threw in some corn.
A little bit of pearl onions, and you know what? The reason why I did this just to give it a little bit of color. You know, you know, whether you put a little bit of yellow, a little bit of red onions.
Right,
red, it really brightens up the plate. As you can see,
really good.
It's almost starting to get ready. I mean, it's starting to thicken up.
It's not taking long at all.
No, it doesn't. It only takes about 2-3 minutes. We're going to go ahead and add our sharp cheddar. Give it more flavor. Again,
this is getting better and better.
Yeah, sharp cheddar. And you stir it for another, basically about a minute or so. And then I'm going to add a little bit of cream and let that cream soak in. And there we have it. This is another minute or two. As you can see, this relish is getting really
smells good.
Smells really good. We're going to add a little bit of seasoning to this.
Okay, what kind of seasoning is that?
This is just a little bit of blackening seasoning that I'm adding to it.
Give it that little Cajun
flavor.
Cajun flavor. Okay, we're going to keep cooking this. And you're going to stick around because we got to add in the shrimp.
Absolutely.
You've got to add in a lot more.
Add the butter on here.
This
is almost ready.
I don't know what you're cooking up, but it smells amazing.
Well, we started with the grits, and it's ready, and I did a little bit of relish. We're now going to the shrimp.
Okay, now you asked me if I was allergic to shrimp. I said no. Even if I was, it smells so good, I think I'm interested.
Well, that's great then.
Walk me through what you're doing here.
We started with a little bit of butter in our cast iron skillet. I just want to make sure.
Just a little bit?
Just a little bit, yes. And
is there a such thing as too much?
Yes, there is such a thing as too much. Believe it or not, I try to use it as a flavor enhancer more than anything else.
All right.
But we got this going.
Now you told me this was relish.
Relish. Well, we started with the relish. We cooked it in here, and as you can see, it's got a lot of these nice little bits in there, and it just gives you a lot of flavor.
All the color reminds me very much of some Cajun food. You got lots of yellows and greens and reds.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah.
Vibrant.
Vibrant. Exactly. Thank you very much. So we put the shrimp in. All it takes is a couple of minutes to get the shrimps ready. And it is peeled and deveined, and it's a Gulf shrimp, and we're getting it hot enough right here. And all you want to do is go ahead and add your Cajun seasoning. It's a blackening seasoning that I'm adding on there. And it's it's got paprika, it's got a little bit of cumin, onion, salt, a little bit of pepper, and it's got a little bit of cayenne pepper as well, and onion powder. And you add it on there and you stir it up. And unfortunately, I didn't get the skillet hot enough because it just got me. But
it looks good. It smells good. I don't know any different.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, it should sizzle a little bit more, but that's all right. It's going to take an extra couple of minutes to get it done.
Hey,
and
perfection takes time.
As you can see, it's getting there real quickly. What I'm going to do is add my relish, and what you're looking for is that opaque color on the shrimp.
Yeah.
I added a little bit of the relish in there right now.
Okay.
And I'm going to add a little bit of chicken stock, and that way I can get all that nice that stuff that's deglazing the pan, that's stuck in the pan. It's going to get on the shrimp itself, and you let it cook for basically about another 30 seconds.
Okay.
And it's going to be ready.
And this is what it's going to end up looking like.
That's what it's going to end up looking like.
We can give Ashley that plate. I want the hot one, okay?
You can have that.
Done.
What do you got? Oh my gosh, you frying up some shrimp?
Shrimp po' boy
It looks
is the dish of the day.
Oh
I'll tell
man.
you
Okay,
what.
last time you were here, I don't know if you can top what you did last time.
I don't even remember what I did,
You
but
did
I
this,
bet you
like,
I can top
amazing
it today.
steak
Oh,
and
that's
all
right.
that.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, it was.
Okay.
It was fun. This is one of our, one of my when it's Mardi Gras time, it's shrimp po' boy time in
Yeah.
my household, and this is really simple. I did something very simple for everybody to enjoy.
I can
We're
already
gonna
tell it's going to be good just looking at the
Absolutely.
breading on it. It looks
and
awesome.
I got right here, I'm going to get the buttermilk.
I knew that was buttermilk.
And a little bit of.
See, I get in the kitchen sometimes.
Yeah, Tabasco sauce. Sometimes you do, don't you?
Yeah, sometimes.
And the dredge, right here, we're going to add a little bit of flour.
Okay.
And I'm adding cornmeal.
A little cornmeal,
And
a little flour.
We're going to make the seasoning now. I got
Okay.
salt, combination
You don't
of
get it out of the-
garlic
out of
and
the-
onion. No, I just
Yeah,
put it
do
in
your
here.
own.
And I got no, but you can. If you're trying to simplify things, get you some Creole seasoning. It's just
Yeah.
okay. That's good. We got a little bit of cayenne, paprika, salt, and pepper. We go ahead and mix it up a little bit. And
You do it with your finger, it's better.
Yeah, it makes it sweeter at this
That's
point.
right.
That's right. And after that, what I'm going to do is mix some of this. I'm going to go ahead, mix it on the shrimp itself. It's really simple. Get a little bit of that extra flavor in there, and then we're going to put it in the dredge. We'll go ahead and put it in the buttermilk.
Okay,
and
so that's
then
just
buttermilk and a little bit of cayenne. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Tabasco sauce is what I
Okay.
put in there. Now we're going to go ahead and add these seasonings in there. And I got a little bit of extra because I added a little bit too much flour in there for you. And go ahead and
I like how
go
you
ahead
don't
and
even
mix
really
it
measure
up.
it out. You
No,
already know.
you don't want to measure it out.
You've
No.
been doing this
That's
long
what,
enough.
You know what? That's what makes it different.
Yeah.
It's not going to taste the same way every time, but hey. And after that, you get your shrimp. It's a 350 degree oil.
Okay.
We're going to put it in here.
Is there any certain kind of oil that we need to do?
I'm using vegetable oil,
Okay.
and you can certainly use canola oil if you want to, but
Gotcha.
you know what? Vegetable oil is just as good or some kind of frying oil. The key is 350 degrees. You're talking about a minute.
Okay.
Okay. One of the
So it
biggest
does
things
not
you
take
do not
long.
want to. No, you do as small as this shrimp is, and for this occasion, you want them small because you're doing
What
a
about the
bunch of
shrimp?
them.
Do we need to know anything about the kind
The
of shrimp?
shrimp, again, store-bought. Just
Yeah.
get you a 34, 40 count, something like that.
Okay.
Really already peeled, deveined, and cleaned and
Yeah.
ready to go. That way you don't have to do all that work.
Okay,
and
so
it's
you're-
simple right there.
and
While
then-
it's doing, we're going to go ahead and get our.
You got your bread, putting your
little bit of
lettuce on there.
in
You got tomato, pickle, and then what are these
That's
sauces?
that's a remoulade sauce, and it is a homemade remoulade sauce.
Yeah.
And if you guys want a recipe for that, it is on our website, or it will be this afternoon.
Oh yes,
It
I'm
is. It's a
excited because I
pescatarian
love,
kind of day.
It's a
It is.
love some
pescatarian.
seafood. Yes.
Yeah, I'm making crab risotto. And crab risotto, I know it's a classic Italian dish. Now you could, it's really simple, but you have to follow the procedure.
Okay.
If you follow these procedures, you're going to make something something really, really nice for the family. Exquisite. I like that.
I tried to make something like you. I made that the pork tenderloin.
How'd it go?
Oh, the tenderloin was great. The sauce, not.
You didn't do so
I
good?
didn't follow
Maybe-
the instructions.
Every once in a while when you improvise and something doesn't work, what are you going to do?
Well, it takes a little practice sometimes, right?
What
You've
is
been doing this
risotto?
a long time.
Yes, I have, but that's not to say I don't mess up.
What exactly is risotto? I mean, I've
Risotto
seen it
is arborio rice. Okay,
Okay.
and the arborio rice, actually, believe it or not, historically it was brought by Spaniards to Italy. And what it is, it's a specific way you kind of cook it
Okay.
and make something really, really delicious.
All right, what do you have in the
Looks
pan
like you
right
have
now?
some chicken
I
stock
got,
over
no,
there.
it's actually fish stock.
Oh, fish stock, huh?
Since we're making crab, we're just going to give it that fish flavor
Gotcha.
instead of chicken. I put a little bit of olive oil. I sauteed for TV purposes. We sauteed your vegetables. I put a little bit of green bells, red bells, corn, and some shallots in there. I sauteed them, got them ready. I put a little bit of olive oil right here, and I'm putting the arborio rice. It is a very starchy rice, so it's very important. You kind of sear it. Otherwise, what's going to happen is it's going to release its starches too quickly, and when it does that, it's going to be lumpy and mushy.
Get
And you don't
sticky
want
in
So
it.
that's
Yeah.
uncooked.
Yeah, that is uncooked.
You just put a little bit
Completely
of oil
I put
in
a little
there.
bit of oil. I'm adding a little bit more.
Are you sure you know what you're doing?
I think I do. I think I'm okay. On this one, I actually done it once before.
Okay. I'm just kidding. But so you do a little saute, maybe.
Saute. Just like I said, you're trying to sear it a little bit, just so that it keeps the starch in there and
Okay.
starts releasing.
And then it looks like this.
Immediately, right here, we're going to add our wine. Oh yeah,
Oh,
and it was hot.
It was hot.
live television, folks. You never know what you're going to get.
Well, a lot of steam, a lot of wine, And we're going to go ahead and.
So what was that? That you
I'll put a little bit of white wine in.
white wine? Okay.
And what you're doing is going and stirring it. Yes, you didn't get to drink any
I
of
know.
it, and there's not any left for you to drink.
I was already checking. Don't worry.
Oh, you're the one that wants to drink it. But right now is the best thing is for you to go ahead and stir it. What you're doing when you're stirring it, it's important to put it in a flat, shallow pan so that it cooks evenly. And all you're doing is stirring it and letting it absorb the flavor.
It's boiling right now.
It is, and we'll turn it down a little bit.
Okay.
And just to make sure, but all you're doing is letting it absorb all
Smells
that
good.
flavor. Yes, it does.
About how long does that normally
It
take?
generally takes about 2-3 minutes. Every process takes about 2 to 3 minutes, and obviously we got it in a higher heat, so we're doing a little bit faster. What you're doing is getting all those rice to actually just kind of rub on each other
Okay.
and release the.
Good science.
It is releasing the starch, but it's releasing it very gently.
Okay.
And that's
What
you
is our
want.
next step? Just for
next
TV
step?
When does
purposes.
that fish? Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
You're
So you
getting
want
ready.
to boil that first.
You're putting 1 cup of arborio rice to 4 cups of this sauce.
Okay.
And so
fish
this
stock.
is fish stock.
Yes, and we'll go
Where do
ahead
you
and
get
stir
the
it.
fish stock? Can you buy that at the store just
Well,
like that? Like you can
actually,
buy
believe it or
chicken
not, I actually have to cheat. No, I went to the grocery store to try to get it, and guess what? They
didn't have
any.
it.
They didn't have it, so guess what happened? I had to go ahead and improvise.
Do it
I made
yourself.
my own fish stock today. Generally, I get it. It's just as good. But
Okay.
again, you're seeing the creaminess, and I'm going to move this over.
Because I like to cut corners and just buy it already at the store.
I do. You know what?
Sometimes when it comes to the
What's
stock.
the best kind of fish to make fish stock?
You know,
It
all you
doesn't
need
matter.
is bones. All you
Okay.
need is, and that's what I do. Just get some bones from the fish, and
So
in this
pull-
case, I used a lot of my.
So this is as time has advanced.
At this time in advance.
Yeah,
that's
'cause we're
exactly
running out
right.
of time.
We're running out of time. We don't want to do that.
No.
Getting this, you see the creaminess right here?
Yep.
Okay. We're going to add a little bit of your vegetables in there.
Put some color in there.
Color in there.
That looks pretty
Go
already.
ahead and add your crab meat.
Is that real crab?
That is
Yeah,
real
that is.
crab.
You can
About
tell.
the best
That-
for Ashley.
and
Looks so
real,
good.
Real crab is in there.
And what are our seasonings and spices?
And we're going to add
Some butter?
Butter. And then a little bit of Parmesan.
All right.
You go.
And
This
there it
is
is,
what it
and you
looks
put it
like.
This is what it looks like.
Oh, give me a fork.
30 seconds, 30 seconds, and this is ready.
That's
Oh,
it.
awesome. All right. Make sure you go and check out Vibrant Occasions Catering online and get all of the fancy stuff. And also call him when you got an occasion that you needed some catering.